guys, welcome to Nerd Locker Podcast, where we break down the latest in television, video games, and more. My name is Adam.
I'm Ollie.
And today we're going to go over Agatha all along. As you can see, it's Halloween. I'm going to keep the Sam thing on. So we go over these last two episodes. We get a lot of backstory when it comes to what happened with Agatha in the last episode, which is kind of weird. I feel like they should have reversed that order. Not going to lie.
Yeah, it was a little odd.
Where it's like you had everything and then now we see more about Agatha. Like, you could have showed us that and then got to the last trial.
The background.
Yeah. Because the way they ended off with that like cliffhanger of like, oh God, who's behind me? We fucking knew.
Yeah.
So anyways, in this thing, we get a trial with the morgue scenes that we saw in the trailer. We get Jen finding out Agatha bound her. She uses her hair to unbind herself, gets out of the trials. And then Billy gets out of the trial by having Agatha go into his mind and pull out where the fuck Tommy is, which I don't understand. I hope they go more into that of like what the connection is there and like does Tommy know, like will they have to find this kid and like convince him he's someone else?
Do you think they'll make another series just based off Tommy's?
I think so. I think no, I don't think perspective. I think they're doing a Tommy Fine show because they said there's two more shows to finish out this like story, the White Vision show and this, but the next one should come out for the White Vision show. So I think it's like find Tommy, then after that finally get Dad back, which I have a theory on that I'll get to. So he gets out, Agatha gets out, she starts fighting Rio because Rio wants her dead. So she's a death by 1,000 cuts and her outfits just get hotter and hotter.
For real though.
And so then Wiccan comes down, full thing, like knocks her out, gives Agatha almost all his power. And she goes to like fight Rio. And then all of a sudden, like she goes up to Billy and like, or Billy like goes up to her and says like, oh, like you're good. And she's like, yeah, you're good too, blah, blah. And then she ends up like turning on him. But then also has a change of mind again. It's like she just can't not be evil. It's like something about her, like she just has to do that. And so she ends up sacrificing herself for Billy by kissing Rio and like just dying. And she becomes part of the plant life or whatever. So then Billy goes off and finds his room and like everything. It's only been 24 hours.
Apparently, this entire show took place over
24 hours. And so they end up, his parents like freak out. He goes to his room and he realizes everything in his room is what was in the Witch's Road, to which he finds out he is just like his mother because she took all the shows she watched as a kid and made it into reality. He took the Wizard of Oz, his whole room was everything down there, the Alice in Wonderland stuff, all that crap. It was it was awesome. And then he gets surprised by cliffhanger to spoiler, Agatha's ghost, who is still around.
Yeah.
So we also get a lot of Agatha's backstory and realize what happened to her son, which was pretty fucked up.
Yeah,
not
pretty
gonna lie.
up.
Like they definitely made us feel for her a little bit more, but at the same time, it's just, why didn't you fight more to get your like? In a world of Marvel where death doesn't seem like it's the end for anyone, they're really making it seem like she can't bring her son back. So it's like,
might be the only thing.
Where is death in this? But also, who has come back from the dead in the MCU? Honestly, I don't think anyone. I think if someone's dead, they're dead.
We're not counting the snap, right?
No, I'm talking about like just death. I feel like when people die,
the only person that died was Tony.
Black Widow.
Oh yeah, because of the stone. Yeah, fair.
She dead. She doesn't come back. Villains don't come back.
Well, they're villains. Not gonna come back.
But in comics, they do. That's the thing. Like they just haven't done that in Disney yet. They haven't done like not even resurrections, but like death fake outs still. Like they don't really do that. They do and they don't. Like they kind of did with Nick Fury in Winter Soldier, where we thought he was dead and then like he wasn't. Yeah. But that was within the same movie. That wasn't like a couple of years later. Oh, I'm not actually dead.
I was kidding.
The only time they kind of did that was with MODOK from Ant-Man. That was the only one. But we just didn't see him die. We just saw him go into the quantum realm. Right. But like when you see blood pouring out of someone, they're done, and that's. I like that. I like that if you're dead, like Walking Dead.
Love permadeath.
But
that sounds weird. Yeah.
And that they're not RDJ coming back is not retconning Iron Man, you know? Like he's still dead. But anyways, so we get the end of this where we find out that they're going to go find Tommy, and at first Billy tries to banish Agatha, but then he doesn't. Because he decides like, oh, maybe she can help me. So she ends up being his like spirit guide, and now she looks like comic book accurate Agatha Harkness, which is really cool. So we'll see how that goes. That's how Catherine Hahn could stay around. It's like the Tony Stark treatment. You don't need to be there as often. You could do all your scenes separate from everyone and then just put it in later, you know? So we'll see how that really goes and if she will be interacting more. So we'll probably see her in whatever else Billy shows up in. I wouldn't be surprised if, like, in Young Avengers, what they're going to do with that, he'll be a part of that as well. Maybe even Tommy as well. So maybe they run into Kate Bishop, things like that. Maybe one of them know, or maybe already recruited his brother in the last 3 years.
That's true, yeah.
Like, they might have already, like, maybe he thinks he's a different hero.
Where is Kate Bishop? What city?
New York.
Oh, okay. Everyone's in New York.
Almost everyone's in New York, yeah. So there's that. I would say, overall, before we get to the ratings of this, I enjoyed these 2 episodes. I definitely feel, like I said earlier, the order should have been reversed a little bit.
Mhm.
And I do think that I feel like it wasn't a letdown, but I wanted more. I was satisfied with it, but the other episodes built it up a little bit more than I think it needed to. And I was like, oh, God. Like I said, you swap the order, I would have been fine. Because it felt like it jumped and then it just nothing felt
the crescendo of like the action. I was getting bored.
Yeah.
When I saw that, so I was like, dude, can we just, like, she said she did this. We don't need.
Yeah, like we don't need to see her doing everything
so much faster.
Yeah.
And so it went from like 0 to 60 to like 60 to 10, and then 10 to like 60 again.
Mm-hmm.
And so I didn't like that.
It was definitely a roller coaster, and it was like, it just wasn't, I don't think it was properly executed the way they could have done it. Like, it's just like it was just editing. That's it. It's like your story is fine.
Yeah.
I like all the story beats. You put it in an order that definitely took my interest away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I give it like a 6.
Yeah.
Wait, are we talking about the entire show or the 2 episodes?
We're not giving ratings yet.
Well, I didn't say that.
It's okay. So we'll get more into that. But before that, here's a word from our sponsor.
Let's talk about data breaches. You know how creepy it is to get ads that are like way targeted?
It's absurd. I literally got a text the other day and it just said, "Hello, Oliver. How are you today?" I'm like, I don't know you. How do you know my name? What's happening?
I sometimes respond to them like, who is this? And they're like, nah.
They're like,
they don't
no,
respond back at all. Yeah. I also get like weird Instagram ads, things like that. It's so weird. And the thing is, like, these data brokers, they have your full name, your address, your email, and your health records. And they sell it all for like $1, dude. Quick dollar.
Honestly, so that's why I started using Aura. It's like a superhero for your privacy. It's great. It's amazing. It scans the dark web for your information that's being sold, and then bam, automatically opts you out of those shady websites so you don't get those really creepy messages that I definitely don't like. You get less spam, and that's just the beginning. Like, having your info out there makes you a target for hackers who could also just crack into your social media, bank accounts, and the whole 9.
Really? Huh. Well, you know, the thing is with Aura, they go above and beyond just privacy, though. They also have VPNs, they also have antivirus, and they have a password manager, like, you know, someone that doesn't forget.
What?
They even have parental controls and identity theft insurance. It's all pretty good. And not only that, it just keeps it simple instead of all those different apps that you have to download and stuff like that.
It's really, really annoying. But look, I know you might already have some of these figures covered, but think of it like this. Aura has 24/7 security. That's like the whole week and then some hours. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's like all the hours.
Yeah, that's all the hours.
It's basically a 24/7 security guard working tirelessly in the background so you can browse, game, and stream with a peace of mind.
It's honestly one of the best services, guys, especially for different things. Instead of all the malware protection, you get your own VPN service, all that stuff in one.
You get VPN?
And VPN, yeah.
Oh, wow.
So, honestly, with all that, you can get it's all for an affordable price too. But if you guys want to try it out, you guys can go to aura.com/nerdlocker and you guys can get a 2-week free trial to try it out and see exactly how it is. It's going to change everything for you guys. It was crazy how much of my stuff was on the dark web.
Less spam.
It's so much on the dark web, guys. They have all the information that you can even think of. Like, just do yourself a favor, make your online life a lot easier with aura.com/nerdlocker. Down below, get a 2-week free trial.
2-week free trial, huh?
Yep.
I like
14 days.
14 whole. Yeah, you got 14 fingers over there?
10 and 4. 14.
That's not 4. You just did this.
Pick number 3, my lord.
All right, so when it comes to ratings, I will give mine first. I'm gonna do individually.
Oh, that fell.
Yeah, it did. I'm gonna do individually, and then I'm gonna do together, and then I'm gonna do as a whole.
Okay.
So individually, I give the first episode 8.
With first of the part
2.
2. Okay.
8.
Okay.
I give the second one a 7 because I'm really happy they gave me comic book accurate Agatha.
Okay.
Overall for together as a thing, like a 6, I would say. Yeah, like structurally not good.
The whole thing.
No, the 2 episodes.
2 episodes. Okay.
The whole thing, I give like an 8
Okay.
because I do think the last few like every episode before this, fucking great. Like it was really like build up. There was death. That's another thing. They kept those witches dead.
Yeah, they're dead.
They didn't have to. That's permadeath again. Like you don't need to keep that, but unless it's like if death sees you, like Lady Death, that's it. You done. So I wonder if she like came and took Tony. You know, did she come and take?
Yeah.
You know, Natasha. Like, does she know these other? Because she's supposed to show up in other things. So she's met everyone that died, if not been watching them while they were getting to that
Right.
point. So.
Okay, so the episodes individually, which the first one is the flashback, right?
No, it was. We would like it. First one was the fight with Rio.
Fight. Yeah. That was fun. That was like a 7.
Mm-hmm.
The second episode, like a 6.
Mm-hmm.
That was just super slow paced. Package deal, I'll say 6.5.
Okay.
The whole entire series.
You're doing that because of Kiss. That's why.
What are you talking about?
6.5 because of that kiss with Rio.
Oh, that was dope.
You were like, if I have to die that way, that's how I go out.
That was dope. The entire series was fine. I'm gonna say a 6. It's not because I'm thinking about it. It's not something I'd be like, dude, you have to watch this show.
No, but I would recommend it to any horror fan.
I wouldn't even do that.
I would.
No, it's like it has a horror-esque things, but it's not like
a Disney. No, I meant like a Marvel fan that likes horror. Like, watch this show. Like, if you like both, like this is the most you're gonna get. Because
Yeah.
Werewolf by Night was the only thing they had.
or like what's the
Multiverse of Madness.
multiverse?
That's another one, but it's like that Werewolf by Night. Like, we're getting into these supernatural, like darker things.
Yeah.
Blade, when it comes out, will be like that. So like they have to get into these like darker mystical things. Like they mentioned vampires, blah blah, werewolves. Like they got to get into this. They got to get into Mephisto.
The Disney horror. It's not horror. That's what it is.
For now.
Think about like how much blood we saw in this show.
No, and I'm aware of that, but also think of Deadpool and Wolverine.
No, exactly.
No, I'm saying like where they can
comparing.
go. You know, and like with Werewolf by Night, the blood. I think with Agatha, there was no need for that because that's not the point. Like we did get blood. We got like burning coming from the demon when it was Alice's thing.
Super dope.
Yeah, so like there was a lot of horror elements, but you didn't need necessarily like blood. So
All right. Well,
that.
I guess I still give it a 6. I wouldn't recommend it. Like it was a fun show, but I think Disney can do better.
Yeah. I do think, and one thing I'm going to say before we go on, a little bit of a theory. So we know that they're going to find Tommy and they're going to go find Daddy. So that's that thing with Vision. White Vision series is coming out, guys. Or Vision Quest. And I say White Vision because he's like all white after the last thing. I don't know when it's coming out. They haven't announced when, but it's supposed to be coming out and it's supposed to talk about like what's going on with him and everything. This is the thing, guys. In the comics, Vision, his mind wasn't from the Mind Stone. It was from a person called Wonder Man, who had a personality that was put into him, and that personality it was like an AI version of Wonder Man, essentially. So he had his personality. We have now a Vision who is not the original Vision because he is dead. This is a new one that Wanda created, but we realized did not have, or not the Wanda created, that the government created from his parts, the White Vision. And then the one that Wanda created was like, hey, you got to remember who you are. And he's like, I don't know. And like the ship thing and blah, blah, blah. And he goes off. So he's trying to find out who he is.
This is the White Vision, not Flying
Yes.
House. Yeah.
So that's what Vision Quest is going to be about. Because the other one was just a figment of Wanda's imagination. It went down with the Hex. So unless that spirit goes, it's either Tommy, Billy, and Vision went out, and maybe Vision jumped into someone. So I am wondering this. There's a Wonder Man series that Disney already announced, and they showed previews of it just like 2 days ago. It has what's the guy from Black Manta? Dual Jabbar. Yeah,
That's good.
that guy. But you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He plays Wonder Man, and in it they also have Ben Kingsley coming back as Trevor Slattery from the Iron Man movies and stuff, because Wonder Man's an actor, and I dropped something. Wonder Man's an actor, and he auditions for the role of Wonder Man. And this actor like will eventually get it, but I feel like what's gonna happen is either he's gonna die in one, because it was supposed to be a special presentation like Werewolf by Night, which means it was Spotlight like Echo. So it's supposed to be darker and also pulled away from the continuity a little bit, because you don't know. It's like, hey, this is cool, but maybe you'll never see this character again. But now it's MCU proper. So I think that's what happened with Agatha. I think what happened with the production of Agatha was, I'm guessing, guys, Disney execs went in and probably asked Feige, what do we do? And I think the best option is say that Vision in the collapse went into this guy, and he'll die in his series. Vision will jump into him, but maybe not be able to save the guy, because Vision's still just a machine. So maybe it won't like, but he'll still be dead. But now they're both combined, and they just take that consciousness into White Vision. So now White Vision's a combination of the heart of the Wonder Man, but the memories of Vision. So like he could be an actual person, not just a robot, like he'll feel more, or just eliminate the Vision popping out of the hex like the other two and just replace Wonder Man into Vision. Like not the actor, just the mind, and the experience of what he knows and blah, blah, blah. So like that's what I feel. I feel like Wonder Man was supposed to be Spotlight because it was going to probably get very bloody, because they're probably going to kill him off. So however he dies, whether it be in a bad car accident or blah, 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 like it could be, or he gets killed by Trevor Slattery. Like he could get killed by Ben Kingsley because maybe he wants the role more, like, oh, I got the role, fucking kill him. Like we don't know what could happen in this. And I think that the fact that Disney was at first hesitant to make it part of their continuity, a lot of people thought, oh, they don't like feel like it's a good show. I'm like, no, I feel like they were going to go dark, and they didn't know how dark they can go. And then Deadpool and Wolverine proved to them they can go far and make a lot of fucking money. And they just got to keep doing that, because we're apparently going to get a Werewolf by Night follow-up after Secret Wars.
Oh, wow.
As well. So they're really going into this. I don't know. But they also showed some footage from Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man that's coming out January 29th. We're getting What If Season 3 starting December 22nd this year, guys.
Jesus.
So me and Oliver will be they're doing that same thing again, one a day.
Yeah.
For Christmas.
Okay. Yeah.
So we'll do like 4 and then like 4. Like we'll split it, guys. But the coolest thing about it, though, they showed like some clips, and then it was like, well, the fuck was that? Blade as Moon Knight?
Oh, that's cool.
And Storm's in it too. So they're bringing. Dope. So I want to know who's voicing them, because it's Mahershala. Is it Mahershala Ali or Halle Berry, or is it going to be whoever they're going to cast as Storm? Because this is their way they announce it.
Yeah.
Because they try to say we're going to try to keep the animation more closely resemble. But then again, Tom Holland doesn't do Spider-Man's voice in the animated shows because they can't spend that much money, and Sony doesn't want them to. But who knows? We'll see what ends up happening. But this is going to be really cool. And this is the last season of this is because we've seen
my dad, dude.
Yeah,
Jeffrey Wright.
The Watcher's story concludes with this one. So whatever he's been doing gets to this point. So I'm like, ooh, this has got to it has to link directly into whatever we're seeing in live action.
For sure.
Which means we're going to get a live action Watcher.
Yeah, probably.
We are.
It's going to be me.
A Watcher should be like the last scene of What If. Just foot, Jeffrey Wright. But yeah, so I'm excited for that. Eyes of Wakanda's coming out. Was another one they announced. Ironheart is coming out.
Yeah.
That should also that one is confirmed so far to have Mephisto in it, because the Hood is in it as her villain, and he's someone that like raises demons and works for Mephisto specifically. So if they don't have him raise, like you see him like all tattoos on his back, like doing some kind of chant or whatever. Okay. I'm like, oh, it's so weird that they're going to put Ironheart, like Riri Williams, a very grounded like person, against supernatural.
Yeah, that is
fighting, which makes me wonder, like, why did you choose this? Like, that's the thing. Like, you introduce Mephisto and the Hood into anything, you chose Ironheart. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just more curious of why, because that doesn't seem like it would relate. She's an MIT. Like, she's got a techno like whiplash when he was fighting Tony Stark. Like, that's understandable. Justin Hammer, like,
Right.
they're using Iron Man suits against them. Like, Iron Man,
yeah.
why the fuck are we going down
That's so
Supernatural?
weird.
And how is she gonna beat that?
Yeah, I know. She can't.
Like,
Unless she gets help.
or she's gonna probably have to get help from someone and outsmart. So I wonder if like this is how we get young. Like, will Wiccan show up?
Yeah.
Like, is this on his? Like, is he just gonna be like the Stan Lee popping up in all these things, going around because of how powerful he is? That's the thing. So who knows? And hopefully he fights in the Secret Wars. That would suck if they don't. They're like, nah.
I know. Yeah.
He just wasn't there.
Take the bank.
The whole universe fighting each other.
He wasn't there.
MIA. He was looking for Tommy.
He had an appointment.
But okay. All right, guys. We will talk to you guys about Penguin next. And then next week we will be. Penguin's got 2 more episodes. We still got 2 more episodes of Penguin, guy.
We'll probably be discussing Venom. We did watch that.
Yeah, we'll be discussing Venom, and then take a little break, and then we'll come back for Creature Commandos.
Creature Commando
From DC. That's the first thing. Animated.
I gotta resign, dude. All right, where can we find you?
You can find me at AMR Photography. You can find the studio at Archangel Studios Official, and you can find this podcast at Nerd Locker Podcast, wherever you get them.
What are you, Forrest Gump? You can find me at the Sphere 21 on
Jenny.
social media platform except for TikTok. I am Oliver Kahn VA.
We got shrimp. Shrimp
Shut up.
cocktail.
Just stop.
Shrimp boat.
Stop the sing.
Shrimp.